Greetings, everyone. Corey here, and time for another midnight review. And this might be one of the bigger ones of the summer. I went to go see, of course, Solo, a Star Wars movie, which I kind of like having these, backstories or like fill in the universe movies for Star Wars, where you get the episodes, every other year, and then every other year between those episodes, you get a backstory pretty much, or just a story to help fill in more of the universe, make it more, fuller, since they pretty much, wiped out a ton of backstories and other stories for so much of the Star Wars, lore and everything. So they kind of got to fill it back up. So I gotta say right off the bat, Solo movie is good. I would say it's worth your money. I'm. It's funny because I was actually starting to really look forward to it after the second trailer. First trailer was okay. It looked interesting enough. But second trailer started getting me hooked, and of course the final trailer and stuff was, I was excited for. But I don't know what was up with this movie. It it felt like it was gonna be more, gritty, more cooler. It's supposed to take place after. I mean, it's before A New Hope, so it's before Episode 4 for sure. Because of course he gets a ship, and he meets Chewie, and but it doesn't take place like trying to figure this out where exactly it takes place. It's kind of like right after episode 3, um, if not a little before episode 3, and then it goes into But yeah, I think it takes place right after episode 3, very closer to episode 3 than A New Hope, for sure, definitely. But yeah, so it's good. Like I said, it's kind of worth your money. I mean, honestly, I think you could skip it. It's not quite like I liked Rogue One a lot better, for sure. I think a lot of people were pretty good about Rogue One. I think this one might get a lot more criticism. Like I said, it's good. It's just I don't know if it's just Ron Howard that he's not quite, you know, he can't really do this. I don't know, like it's just something about this movie that just doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie. I mean, granted, of course, yeah, we have Rogue One. I think I was expecting something like Rogue One, where everyone kind of had their moments. Where this one doesn't. It seemed like there wasn't really those slow, you know, drawn out moments like some of the other movies have, and it's just I don't know. It's like it's good. It's just like I said, it's a bit disappointing. I think it's one of the most disappointing. It's so far this summer, which is just kind of started, but so far this year, I would say it's probably the one of the more disappointing movies, my opinion, of course. And it just I don't know. It felt like there was gonna be more. I mean, everything was nice, everything looked cool, everything was sounded great. Um, the story, of course, of Han Solo escaping the slave planet and then just trying to get some credits so he could get his own ship and do whatever he wants. He's just a free bird, literally. He just wants to be free. And of course there is the love interest and the other ragtag group of smugglers that he meets, which they're pretty cool. I mean, Woody Harrison is always a win nowadays, and he plays. I believe it was what was his character? He kind of plays like the character from Zombieland in a way. Uh, Tennessee, I believe it was, where he just or Talladega, I think it was, where they just call each other the name that of where they want to go. But yeah, it just I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe I wanted more Lando. There wasn't quite enough. I wanted more Lando for sure. Uh, he didn't quite get the you know hype. Like he says, all the stories you hear about me are true. He just doesn't quite. I don't know. He doesn't quite live up to it. I don't know. It's not the actor, of course. It's not. Oh man, I am just totally blanking on his name. But yeah, it's not him. I think it's just the writing and the scenes. I think he could have had better scenes. For some reason, man, I get, there's okay, like Rogue One, people died, which yeah, we kind of got more story into them. This one, you know, we kind of didn't get enough time with a lot of the characters to really care about them as much. I mean, Rogue One, yeah, they just all go pretty much, the final, fight scene, the final third act. This one's a little bit different, and it doesn't quite work as well. They're trying to build up some emotion, and it doesn't quite work as well. Like I said, um, could have been the music. Maybe the music wasn't, perfect for that moment, or I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's a bit disappointing. It's good. It's like I said, it's good. It's just I wanted something great, you know. At least Rogue One level. I mean, I put Rogue One up there pretty good. I would put even, if my tier of movies, it's gonna be Empire, uh, you know, New Hope, The Force Awakens. Even Rogue One would probably be my fourth, fifth, and Solo is pretty down there as far as Star Wars movies go. If it's definitely not last, but it's pretty close. It's like second and third from last of my movies. But yeah, man, there's just something missing in this movie. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it just got cut out or it just didn't quite, you know, it just didn't live up to the hype for sure. I would say, but it's good. It's alright. You could miss it. You could skip it. You won't be missing much. There's a few secrets. I mean, the best things about it is Han and Chewie, their interactions, of course, and how they met, um, which is great. That's probably one of the best things about the movie. Of course, is Chewie. All the scenes with Chewie are great. A little furball. Well, not little, but big furball. Um, Han's pretty good. I do like the actor. I think he did Han pretty well. He had the, demeanor, the whole, the way he talked was a little different. A little, I think he could have sounded a little more, the speech pattern, at least I like Harrison Ward, but it's okay for sure. Uh, the main story, of course, is they're pretty much smugglers, and they're just trying to, they screw up one score and they try to keep going to finish off, paying back their what they were supposed to have. So that works out pretty well. It's a smugglers movie. You get introduced to the Marauders. A little more story about it. More, story building for the rest of the universe of Star Wars to kind of fill in. Like I said, most of these movies are just filling in. Uh, sorry, this one was on the floor. They're just filling in just the extra holes that are kind of like left open from the previous movies. But yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's just disappointing. I keep saying it's good, but it's just disappointing. Don't go into it with too many high hopes. You might get disappointed like me if you do, but it's fun. I mean, the chase sequences, I think maybe they should have held a little bit back more from the trailers. They do show quite a bit. Granted, of course, you don't quite get everything, but you get quite a good chunk of what's going on in the movies. Like I said, there is like one Easter egg uh, in the movie, which is towards the end, which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. If anyone's seen Star Wars Rebels, you probably would understand what's going on from the end. I believe it's the final episode, if not close to the final episode. Uh, there's a really cool showdown between a Jedi and a Sith, well, formers, and this kind of hints towards it a little bit. There's a few things that are pretty neat about it, but yeah, man, you're not missing a lot if you don't see it. So, no end credits, of course. Star Wars movies don't have any end credits, so don't worry about that. No mid credits, no nothing. Just once the credits start rolling, that's it. You can go home. Save the extra 5 to 10 minutes of waiting to get home faster. But yeah, it's it's good. It's good. That's it. Can't say any more. Really, can't say any worse. It's just disappointing. I wish it was better. Ron Howard, he's just not good for the Star Wars universe. If he is, I could see him doing something more grounded, not so much as important, I would say. So I think Solo's a pretty important character. I think if he had his own, if they did like the Old Republic storylines, I think he would work pretty well if he just gets something fresh instead of something that's been built up for, decades, pretty much. So, and we do finally get an explanation of the Kessel Run, which has their theories and stuff like that, but this is pretty much the definitive explanation of how they did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs instead of 20. So that's done. But next week we might be going to see a movie. I'm looking at Hotel Artemis mostly because the former wrestler, actor, and world destroyer Drax is in it, Dave Bautista, and it looks pretty fun. He plays orderly in this hotel that pretty much saves people, well, pretty much bad guys from dying, and everything just goes to hell. So looks pretty interesting, looks pretty fun. But if there's no early showings, then I won't be doing a review probably until Sunday. But I'm thinking about spoiling this movie, which I might hold out until Sunday to do a Sunday spoils. So at least some people get some chance to go see it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start that up again. It's just some of these movies just have too much to talk about, and it's about time I start spoiling some movies. So check it out on Sunday. Sunday spoils. That's what I'm gonna be calling it. So until next time, guys. Later.